Minister of Natural Resources, Prince Lonkokela, says Eswatini This is Eswatini TV News at 8 live from Babane. I am Natilesi Tole alongside Makabiso Nkambule. First up, here's a look at our headlining stories this evening. The Minister of Natural Resources, Prince Lonkokela, says Eswatini is taking major strides to ensure production of green energy. The Minister of Health, Mduduzi Matsebula, says local manufacturing of medications could strengthen the country's health system. Eswatini TV has welcomed 3 learners for their job shadowing program as part of the World Children's Day celebrations. Good evening and welcome to the program. The Minister of Natural Resources and Energy, Prince Lonkokela, says the country is taking major strides to ensure it reaches a stage of producing green energy. Speaking during the European Union Green Power Transformation Forum at the Ravilla, the minister says a number of solar and biomass projects are being initiated and some solar projects have reached completion stage.
The ministry is already working on the development of renewable energy projects through public-private partnership that entails the development of a 75 megawatts of solar power capacity, which is now at the final stage of procurement, and the commissioning is planned for 2025. We also talk of a 40 megawatts of biomass power capacity, which is at the level of request for proposals stage, and the commissioning is planned for 2026.
The European Union Charge d'Affaires Robert Adams says they are ready to support Eswatini as it goes green.
At EU level, member states agreed to reduce gas use across the EU by 15%. This was achieved by taking some simple but key energy-saving actions like turning down heating and using less air conditioning or adjusting the boiler settings.
Business Eswatini's Chief Executive Officer Inati Dlamini says there is a need to reduce energy dependency in the country.
In addition to biomass, solar energy holds great potential for the Kingdom of Eswatini. This sun-rich African nation can benefit immensely from solar farms and rooftop solar installations.
According to the Minister of Natural Resources and Energy, Eswatini still imports about 80% of its electricity from Mozambique and South Africa. Eswatini's electricity coverage is at 82 to 84%. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Dlangamandla, Vuminkosi Nzinisa, Ezulwini.
The Minister of Health, Mduduzi Matsebula, says local manufacturing of medications could strengthen the country's health system. The minister was speaking during a meeting with heads of departments on Monday.
The Minister of Health, Mduduzi Matsebula, had an official meeting with heads of departments and units under the Ministry of Health, where he unpacked his vision of improving the health sector through collaborative efforts.
Instill discipline among health workers at all levels and enforce laws for the prevention of corruption within the health sector. Protect the nation from high expenditure on healthcare in order not to worsen the poverty situation. We have to look at issues of shelf life and priority imithi lesingakhona kuyihlalisa naletsinekile. A lot needs to be addressed in that area. And I will also support innovative ideas aimed at controlling, at improving controls. I have affirmed with the PS that we will work closely with you to have a happy team. Likewise, I will urge the same to me as we work towards strengthening the health system.
The minister further highlighted the urgency of building more health facilities at community level to improve quality health for all eMaswati. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I am Samgalswe Koza with Sifiso Ngumalo, Babane.
The Ministry of Natural Resources and Energy's Principal Secretary Dr. Dlamini says the prevention of antimicrobial resistance calls for establishment of multi-sectoral programs. The PS was speaking during the launch of this year's Antimicrobial Resistance Awareness Week.
Issues of antimicrobial resistance touches on different sectors of the economy. The Minister of Natural Resources, PS Dr. Dlamini, said antimicrobial resistance can be addressed through multi-sectoral approaches, and the PS was represented by Sikelo Ngumalo.
The Minister of Natural Resources and Energy, through the Department of Water Affairs, has enjoyed the benefits of the collaboration with Ministry of Health, facilitated by the antimicrobial resistance agenda in tackling public health issues such as waterborne diseases outbreaks, which has proven to effectively contain and curb the spread of these diseases.
ICAP Eswatini Country Director Dr. Ruben Zahabo applauded the efforts of the Kingdom of Eswatini to contribute to the global efforts of eliminating antimicrobial resistance.
So commemorating the World Antibiotics Awareness Week at this high level portrays the commitment of the government of the Kingdom of Eswatini to contribute to the global effort to fight and curb antimicrobial resistance.
The University of Eswatini Vice-Chancellor Professor Justice Twala said the university has established a sheet blood donation center.
The support from the Fleming Fund country grant allowed UNESCO to establish a sheep blood donation center, which is housed at Luyongo campus under the Department of Animal Science. The sheep blood produced at the center supports bacteriological testing in 2 laboratories in the animal health sector, the Central Veterinary Laboratory and the Food Hygiene Laboratory.
The Minister of Health throughout the week will be conducting awareness programs. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samkal Swekoza with Zikumbuzo Dlamini, Babane.
The Ministry of Health's Principal Secretary Kanya Mabuza says treating antimicrobial resistance diseases is costly for the government. The PS was speaking during the commemoration of the Antimicrobial Resistance Awareness Week.
The 2023 Antimicrobial Resistance Awareness Week is commemorated from the 18th to the 24th of November. The PS and the Minister of Health, Kanya Mabuza, officially opened the meeting.
Through the MR also occur as a natural phenomenon, it can be exacerbated by irrational or inappropriate use of antibiotics. Therefore, antibiotics should be taken or prescribed only when needed, and to treat and to make sure that we treat efficiently the bacterial infections. The Eswatini has not been spared from the high use of antibiotics. However, with the antibiotics use surveillance currently underway in the human health sector and strong antimicrobial stewardship programs, the use of antibiotics in the human health sector is gradually decreasing as presented.
World Health Organization Eswatini representative Dr. Susan Tembo said antimicrobial resistance is a global health issue.
Is a global health challenge that poses grave risks to the public. Antimicrobial resistance occurs when disease-causing germs stop responding to frequently prescribed antimicrobial medicines.
The Kingdom of Eswatini recently submitted the first antimicrobial resistant report to the World Health Organization. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samkal Swekoza with Zikumbuzo Dlamini, Babane.
The Eswatini TV CEO, Mlamuli Dlamini, says he believes in motivating the youth and helping them to choose the right career paths for their future and be good future leaders. Dlamini was speaking when welcoming three learners who were doing their job shadowing program as part of the World Children's Day, which is commemorated on the 20th of November annually.
The learners were taken through the operations of Eswatini TV, including the news department, production department, studio, and other departments. Speaking when welcoming the learners, the Eswatini TV CEO Mlamuli Dlamini says it is their dream to motivate future leaders into choosing good career paths.
We have a role to play to actually motivate and inspire the youth to see what they can be, right, in the future. So,
Afshin Parsi, the Deputy UNICEF representative in Eswatini, says education is facing a challenge globally, thus the need to collaborate with other countries.
We are facing a global crisis when it comes to education. During the COVID pandemic, we have lost a lot of education time. Children all over the world have lost that time. And this has affected their learning outcomes. So this year we are focusing a lot globally on education and its importance so that decision makers, policy makers also are sensitized towards the issues of children when it comes to education.
The learners say they hope to gain a lot from Eswatini TV.
Inject out, take over any departments just to see how they go through the daily processes, like utsi kwendeka kanjani
stofunza ukuthi yini nje lo kwakha ishow nalokuthi nje before le voice ifike ku TV bangakanani bavula le lekufuna bacale bayakhe levo basebenze ukuthi izifike ku TV.
Lokhu encourage ukuthi nanoma ngibani lo hlede ekhaya lobukelaka abe nako lokuthi nami one day ngiyofika ngisebenze kuphi Eswatini TV.
Learners from different schools were attached with different media houses and companies as part of the World Children's Day. For Eswatini TV News, I am Kian Msibi with Smova Shongwe, Babane.
The programs manager in the Emergency Medical Services Department, Masitela Mhlanga, says they are ready to respond to any emergencies this coming festive season. Mhlanga says their vehicles are in good condition countrywide.
As the festive season is nearing by, the news crew spoke to the emergency medical services to get their preparedness for the festive season in terms of vehicles and personnel. The programs manager, Masitela Mhlanga, says they are towards readiness for the festive.
First one is looking at access where the members of the public are able to dial toll-free line 977 and then report that incident at that time. So in that access response, we have scaled up. We want to increase our access lines from 4 incoming lines and build up to 12 incoming lines so that to accommodate any surge in terms of volumes of calls. We also have a desk that is just set aside to give us a backup for our response in terms of our operations. We can also highlight that the second aspect is our epidemic or pandemic preparedness in case of a likely event of an occurrence of a condition or threat. We are confident that we have just concluded our simulation exercise, which was testing our strategic documents in terms of our preparedness and in terms of our level of response. And as a country, we have made strides towards that full-scale preparedness.
He says out of the 9 countries' roads, they are working on having a permanent stay where they will be stationed. He says they will be upgrading all their services just before the festive season starts. Reporting, I am Kian Msibi and Smova Shongwe, Baban.
Matapa residents got free eye treatment courtesy of the Medical Mission Eswatini in partnership with the Matapa Town Council. This is aimed at ensuring that MSID are healthy.
Matapa residents got free eye treatment from the Medical Mission Eswatini. Those who had come for eye screening also got the opportunity to be given free eye glasses. The Matapa Town Council PRO Sihle Slongonyane says this is an initiative aimed at assisting people with eye problems.
So we're grateful for this partnership because it gives an opportunity to those people who are not able to afford such a service to be able to get them for freely here at Matapa Town Council in collaboration with Grace Vision. So this partnership or this activity will be happening for the next 5 days, beginning from today to Friday. So we encourage everyone who has challenges in terms of eyesight to come here and get those services from Grace Vision. It's something that we believe that will help a lot of people to solve the problem of eyesight problems.
Those who had come to get the treatment says they are thankful for this opportunity.
Siyabonga kakhulu ngoba phela siphethwe ngamehlo nje sesikhulile. Indzawo leti ikhashana sakhona ukufika kuzo.
Leti mbasha khona ka-afford-a ukuthi idoli litholakala khona. So siyabonga nje.
Sibonga nje kakhulu ngoba vele emehlweni asisaboni iningi lethu.
Ngibona la Duke mina ngiyaphunza kuphela. Endzaweni lenze angiboni.
These consultations will go on until Friday this week. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Kian Msibu Muvashongwe, Matsapa.
And moving on to news making headlines around the world, the number of babies born prematurely in Gaza has increased since the conflict began, as pregnant women face severely strained healthcare.
Over the last week, 8 babies died at Al-Shifa Hospital amid lack of electricity for generators and lack of medication. The situation has compelled hundreds of other patients, staff and displaced people who are sheltering at Al-Shifa to leave on Sunday. The Kenyan president says at least 80,000 households across Kenya have been affected by heavy rainfall, flooding and landslides over the last week. According to the Kenyan Emergency Services spokesperson Rigati Kachachua says they are using helicopters to deliver aid and rescue marooned families. Argentina elected Libertarian outsider Javier Milei as its new president on Sunday, rolling the dice to an outsider with radical views to fix an economy battered by triple digital inflation, a looming recession and rising poverty. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Pendulo Kumbi, visuals from France 24 and VOA.
And now we'll have a look at our financial indicators.
It can be.
And we begin our sports roundup with chess, where the legendary Grandmaster Nigel Short, who was in the country on behalf of International Chess Federation, concluded hosting a 3-day tour. Short believes with more effort, Eswatini can be rated amongst the best countries in the sport.
We begin our sports roundup with chess, where legendary Grandmaster Nigel Short concluded his 3-day visit to the kingdom. Having attended different events and played with some local chess players, he explains where he thinks the standard of the sport in the kingdom.
I think they have improved. I was actually here in 2017, and it seems that the level is higher. That is my general impression. So we'll see. I'm not finding too many easy games so far.
Local chess players are also expressing their little experience gained by playing with Nigel Short.
Kakhulu, I think kusiniketa insight yathini more than anything thina ema-senior chess players, kusiniketa insight ukuthi sale si-hand over abancane so that they can actually take over from us. Basically, it's the biggest challenge, and sibona ngathi vele kuyathembisa. As you have seen inside, we have a few of labadlali bethu labancane.
Ukuthi kufika kwakhe lana even wanaqala khona la kufika wasithatha wasibeka khona, so siyajabula nokubuya kwakhe enyaka ukuthi la bekasiye khona sesina 2-3 ma-candidate masters ngathi nyalo kufike kwakhe enyaka without inombolo ma-candidate masters, and nalaba ma-candidate masters yethemba ukuthi batawunyuka ma-international masters.
The Eswatini Federation is now looking to expand the sport to the entire country, but mostly recruiting young stars. Moving on to football, the football governing body FIFA concluded their safeguarding workshop in Switzerland that was in relation with the issues of abuse. Sibonanga Idlamini was one of the local representatives, explains more on the workshop.
They must go through this course. The reason ngesikwenda lokho ngiloko ukuthi bantu abadisele ukuthi ibhola phela akube indzawo lakho nabantu bahlala bajabule akubabe better, be it physically, emotionally, sexually, and financially. I learned from this course ukuthi khona abantu abahlupeka financially. So we need to safeguard that such that siwafake lawo mechanisms, systems in place. Ukuze kusinakhona umuntu lohlupeka ahlupeteka.
Dlamini concluded mentioning that they have now been given a mandate to capacitate other communities within the country. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports, I'm Linda Dlamini.
That's all for now. Before I go, here's a reminder of our top stories. The Minister of Natural Resources, Prince Lonkokela, says Eswatini is taking major strides to ensure production of green energy. The Minister of Health, Mduduzi Matsebula, says local manufacturing of medications could strengthen the country's health system. Eswatini TV has welcomed 3 learners for their job shadowing program as part of the World Children's Day celebrations. And with that, it's a wrap. Up next is another update from myself and the team. Many thanks for your company. Take care.